What's way? I am your lovely host Chiya, and in today's video we're going to be talking about my journey to pregnancy, and then the current situation, which is my miscarriage. About a month ago, so it'll be a month this Friday. So on July 19th, I had a miscarriage with my first pregnancy. And that was at about 16 weeks, so I was almost 4 months, or basically 4 months. So journey to pregnancy. Me and my husband had been trying for about a year and a half, almost, so a year and a few months. During that journey, I had a lot of tears, a lot of negative pregnancy tests, a lot of heartbreak and heartache when it comes to motherhood and what I view as motherhood and how much I value motherhood. Being a mother is very important to me. How you love on children, how you guide them and give them a good foundation, and just having that love and that bond, like all of that is very, very important to me. So I always knew that I would want children, and but it became like very strong desire, and God knows in my heart that I have a very, very strong desire to be a mother. I am telling this story to encourage someone to have faith that it will happen again, because I know I do. I know one day I'll be sitting on here telling y'all the story of how I got pregnant and how I'm pregnant, and showing y'all my new baby and all that type of stuff. But in honor of the baby that I did miscarry, I want to remember him as he was and what he meant to me. So I'm telling this story, and then I'm going to do a little dedication on Instagram later at some point during this week. But anyways, so in March of this year, I found out that I was pregnant. Like I said, we had been trying for a long time, so it wasn't like an extreme surprise. The journey to that pregnancy was hard because, like I said, I had a lot of negative tests. On top of, I had a situation where my hormones were imbalanced, and for a long time I thought that I couldn't get pregnant. And so this baby gave me that hope, and gave me assurance in that God can make it happen, and God can like do it for me. So I didn't tell my husband until the day after, or the night of, that I found out. And we were both super excited. I was super excited. Like when I found out and I took the pregnancy test, I was bawling real tears, because like I said, it had been a year and some change, and honestly I thought that I couldn't have kids, to be honest. I don't want to trigger anybody in this video. It is a very like graphic or detailed, I guess, verbal story, but we decided that we wouldn't tell anybody until 12 weeks because it took so long for us to get pregnant. I was like, I don't want to tell anybody and then have to deal with a miscarriage situation, or telling them that I had miscarried. On top of, like, I just want, deep inside, I was like, I just want to make sure we had it clear. And in my head, like, I knew there's a chance, but I thought those chances was very slim that would be my case. But why not me? So we waited to 12 weeks. We went to an appointment when I was 7 weeks, and then we went to an appointment when I was 12 weeks. During my 12-week appointment, we heard the heartbeat. Everything was strong. Everything was good. When I had my transvaginal ultrasound, everything looked good. Baby was intact and all that type stuff. So everything was going good. So at 12 weeks, after that 12-week appointment, we told my mama, we told his daddy, and then we told some other close friends and family members, and like it was real tears, y'all, real tears, real joy, because everybody know like I've been like, this is something that like is a strong desire in my heart. So everything was going smoothly until about 4 weeks ago. So on July 15th, I'm looking down because my notebook's right here. On July 15th, I started spotting. Of course, I went to my OB, reached out to her, talked to my sisters, my mom, some other people who had been pregnant before. And so because it was Friday late afternoon, and I had an appointment that upcoming week on Wednesday, I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'm spotting, like it's very, very faint, very pink, very light. So I'm like, cool. Like on my appointment on Wednesday, do an ultrasound, do a blood test, make sure like, you know, everything is fine. And that was kind of pretty much what was decided. So for the next couple of days, I continued to spot. Then Tuesday, so from Friday to Tuesday, I was spotting. Tuesday, I woke up with severe cramps. I mean, down my back and within my uterus, and they were so strong that like I had to like roll them out, like do like this to like work through them, because they would last for like a few seconds. And as the day proceeded, it got stronger and they lasted longer and all that type of stuff. Like, so around 1:30, I told my mama, I was like, hey, I'm gonna go take a shower. I was on the phone with her. I was like, I'm gonna go take a shower, and then I'm gonna just lay down for the rest of the day. So I went to go, I got my appointment to take my shower, and okay, y'all, this is when it get real. So I'm gonna go take my shower. I got undressed, turned the water on, and I got ready to get in the shower, and there was this popping that happened. And imagine like having a water balloon and sticking your finger in it or pulling on the outside of the balloon to it pop. That envisionment of rubber band like popping sound happened. And as soon as that happened, it was like someone turned a water bottle upside down. And in that moment, I knew. I began to yell and scream and cry. I felt like a flush of emotions like come over me, because I knew in my heart, you know, somebody else that would have maybe been looking at it from the outside probably would have been like, okay, she having a complication, whatever. But like at that moment in my heart, it officially like was like, you're having a miscarriage. So then I called my husband. I was like, can you get off of work? Are you able to come so we can go to the emergency room? So my husband was like, okay. And he was on his way. So I said, I'm still going to get in the shower and freshen up, because we're going to go to the ER when he gets here. So then I got in the shower. I took my shower. I got out the shower and I began to get dressed. At this moment, I'm thinking, we're going to make it to the emergency room, figure out what's happening and what's my next step. But that's not what happened. I get this huge pain and a lot of pressure down below. And so I'm like trying to check to see what it is. And as soon as I did, I felt something slide. And it wasn't something, it was the baby. I felt the baby slide out, and it hit the ground. It didn't hit the ground hard, but it hit the ground. And then when I looked down, I was floored, y'all. I was floored. I began to scream even harder. And I called my husband and I was like, this is a nightmare. This is a nightmare. Like I said that probably multiple times to him. Like, this is a nightmare, because that's how I felt. I felt immediate grief. I felt immediate, like, challenged. I just felt challenged. I felt like someone had punched me in my chest, and I felt like my dreams and my desire had just failed. Basically, that's how I felt. And it felt unrealistic because my baby had every single finger, every single toe. It had eyes, like you could see his nose, you could see his mouth. His mouth was open and his arms were like that. I will show y'all a picture, but I feel like that's a little too graphic for YouTube. But and you could see everything, every body part that I have, the baby had. It like the head shape, everything, like its little feet, everything. And even though like it was so traumatic, I felt, let me go back before I say that. After that had happened, I called my husband, like I said, and told him, like, this is what's happened and this is a nightmare. Then I called my mama and my sisters and told them to come over. My sister is the one who ended up picking my baby up off of the ground, but I was just stunned. Like, I didn't have barely any words to say because it felt like I was in a nightmare, y'all. It felt like a dream. Like, it felt like, oh my God, again, God, something else, like something else hitting me, y'all. So we end up having to go to the emergency room, well, the urgent care, and they did some things, and then I actually went to my doctor appointment again the next day to double check with my OB and kind of like figure out what else to do, because of course there's some leftover stuff that can be left behind from like having this miscarriage. Y'all, this baby had so much of an impact on me, partly because I really thought I couldn't have kids. Like, I really did. Like, I was convinced. I cried to my mama, I cried to my husband multiple times, and so the baby gave me hope. Like, you know what I mean? Even in this traumatic event, I have hope now that I can get pregnant. And two, like I said, I'm coming on here because I'm hoping that this will help another mother not feel isolated and not feel alone. It's okay to grieve, because I'm still grieving. Like, I literally cried today, and I literally cried probably 2 or 3 days ago. But I'm not depressed. I'm not mentally unstable or anything like that, because I am optimistic, and I am like speaking my testimony into existence that God is going to give me my desire of having a baby or having babies, and that I will be coming back on this camera to tell y'all the story. But I will never forget my baby boy, and I don't want it to be anything less than that. That's why I wanted to do a separate video from the one I posted before this, because I think it's important to know that he was already loved, he was already supported, that his mama was waiting for him and ready for him, but y'all, I wouldn't want it to happen to anybody else the way that it happened. But at the same time, like, I was able to, like, I ended up taking pictures of the baby, and my husband was like, why would you take pictures? And I'm like, because, like, he was mine, and he had a heartbeat, and he was real, and he was in my stomach, and we heard the heartbeat, we seen the ultrasound, so why not? I never want to pretend like I didn't have this pregnancy, or pretend like he didn't exist or anything like that, but he did. So I just want to tell this story so that people can hear the details, to know that it's not just you. It's not something that happened only to you. And to give myself some relief. I feel like putting this up here, my whole point of even starting the YouTube channel was to kind of shed light on life and the journey of life and things that happen in life, and to be a testimony, a living testimony for God. And so that's what I'm doing. I will get through it, and whoever is watching this video, for whatever reason that you're watching it, you will get through it as well. And there might be moments, like I said in the video before this, that life feels ugly, but it will always be beautiful again. It will always be beautiful again. And like I said, my miscarriage is still fresh. It's been a month ago. So I am still having like a lot of grieving moments and stuff like that, but I am very hopeful, and I have a lot of faith that I will be speaking a different story the next time pregnancy or baby is spoken on my channel, because God has formed me to be a mother, and God knows that I would be a beautiful mother, and that I would love my baby to the end. So anyways, this is my story. This is how my miscarriage went down, and this is my pregnancy journey so far, and the journey continues, because we will continue to try, and just keep me and my husband in your prayers, keep our hearts in your prayers. And thank you to my husband, thank you to family and friends who know the situation, who's been very supportive, and who has just taken care of me and looked out for me. I really appreciate that, and I can't wait to see what God has in store. So that's it for the video. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and tap the notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload. And please, if you ever had a miscarriage, or if you just went through one, please comment down below. Let's have love and community down below to support each other, and to love on one another. So